I'd like to call this regular meeting to order. Call roll.
Mayor Querom.
Here.
Councilmember Swanson. Councilmember Mabry.
Here.
Fabia.
Here.
Newman.
Here. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comment? Okay, we'll go to approval of minutes. We'll go to Councilmember Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from our regular council meeting of August 6th, 2018.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. And now we'll also go ahead.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from our special council meeting on August 29th, 2018.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. And we'll go to approval of invoices to City Clerk Nelson.
In the Department of Accounts and Finances, we have invoices totaling $10,108.52. In the Department of Streets and Public Improvements, we have invoices totaling $55,991.65. In the Department of Public Safety, we have invoices totaling $99,342.34. And in the Department of Public Property and Utilities, we have invoices totaling $582,486.69. Mayor, all council members present have confirmed their reviews of all invoices and now are submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve the invoices as presented.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments, corrections? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. Now we'll go to regular business and City Clerk Nelson.
Next on the agenda is second and final reading of Ordinance O-18-023. This is an ordinance authorizing the lease of property owned by the public body, which are the logistics site grain bins. This has been reviewed by all council members and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve ordinance O-18-023, which authorizes the execution of a 2-year lease agreement for grain storage at the Princeton logistics site.
Second.
Motion's been second. Rachel?
I'll just mention that Kyle Shaneholz was the only one to bid on this, and he's the current tenant for that land and parks that land out there. So this is for $4,000 per year.
I think that's twice as much as our last. Correct. Twice as much. Okay. Any comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is Resolution R-18-035. This is awarding the bid for street repairs to Miles Court. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this resolution and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve Resolution R-18-035, which awards the Miles Court Street and Sewer Improvement Project to Advanced Asphalt.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments?
I'll just speak on this really quickly. So we had approved this in our budget process. There were a few things that have come up to not allow us to complete the whole project this year. On Exhibit 1A, ignore the legends because I just realized those are wrong, but the green amounts are what will be completed next year. So all the underground work will be done this fall. Water isn't on here because the city staff is doing the water and we budgeted for that accordingly and within their budget. And so everything except the green, which equals about $124,000. So the bid amount is $367,000, but the work this year will be minus $124,000 of that, and then the rest will be next fiscal year.
And one of those items that came up was having to replace our back truck, which is a very recent occurrence. Any other comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is Resolution R-18-036. This is a resolution that injects required language to be passed by the council for the satisfaction of the IEPA. And that language is that the Miles Court repair shall be funded entirely with local funds. So this has been reviewed by all council members and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve Resolution R-18-036.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is Resolution R-18-037. This is authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between Princeton Elementary School District 115 and Princeton High School District 500 to provide school resource officers. Mayor, this has been reviewed by all council members and is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve Resolution R-18-037, which is a resolution to provide school resource officers to our 2 school districts.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Rachel?
So this is an agreement that we've worked with both the school districts on, and both of them have approved this by their boards. I want to thank Chief Kammer for scheduling this and making the scheduling work to allow for us to have these 2 officers in the school. In the past, we've gotten $10,000 a year from the school districts, but a lot of times those officers would be pulled out to cover shifts. With this agreement, that amount has been increased to $30,000, and it will allow us to keep those officers in the school and be there for the safety of the students. So a big thanks to both Tim Smith and Kirk Herring and Chief for working on this agreement.
It's a great collaborative effort between Princeton High School and our Princeton Police Department, the City of Princeton. So thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. And the elementary, yes, sorry. In the elementary school district, yeah, absolutely. Any further comment?
The police officer then will go into the rotation during the summer hours?
Correct.
Okay, and then just on the term, it says August 30th. Aren't there 31 days in August?
Probably.
This year there were.
Yeah.
Any further comment? Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. Thank you, Pete. Now we'll go to City Manager report.
Okay, so I have our July financial report. I apologize that I was gone. I didn't stay up on these, but this is through July. So the next meeting we'll have through August. So this is starting this fiscal year, so this is from May 1 through the end of July, and obviously we're not over budget in any of the funds yet, which is a good thing, but we're only 3 months in. You will see when it talks about our sales tax revenue that it is down just slightly, and hotel tax revenue is up slightly. Let me make sure I said that right. Yeah, down just a little from last year in the sales tax, and hotel tax is up quite a bit from the prior year, prior 2 years even. And then the only other thing, I guess that's all I have for the financial report. Is there any questions on that?
Rachel, are you comfortable with the information you're getting from the state on sales tax? You think that the report is as accurate as it can be?
Yeah, so we get the specific report quarterly, so we just get the fund monthly, and then every quarter they send the CD with the information. Yeah. And we started requesting that in 2016 before we hadn't got that, so that is helpful information to have.
And we really don't have a way to validate or verify what they tell us versus what we may know from our own records, or we don't really have a way of knowing that.
Well, we don't keep track of any of that, so we take it from the state, but we did
Yes.
start that audit with Azavar, and they look into all of that for us. The only other thing I have is that we are working with Quentin's been working with Republic Services on our next electronic recycling event, which will likely be held on a Saturday in October, and we'll get specifics on that here soon, but it will be free to Princeton residents. This was part of the agreement with Republic Services when we sold the transfer station, for them to host that and for it to be free for residents. Last year we were fortunate enough to get a grant to cover costs so that it was free to everyone. Unfortunately, that won't be the case this year. There will be a charge for out-of-town residents if they want to contribute.
So if a driver's license says Princeton, Illinois, that's good enough?
We have to work out the specifics on that,
Okay.
but.
Because I know we've all heard from people outside the city limits wondering whether they're considered in town or out of town because of their driver's license.
Yeah, it'll likely be a utility bill like we've done in the
Oh,
past.
okay.
But we're still working on those, and we'll get a flyer put out with specific time information soon. I had two more things. I just had these two thank you letters that I wanted to report on really quick. One was from the hospital, and this was about the street department the street and the electric department taking down some limbs and trees for them. They had sent us a thank you, so we appreciate that. And then the Ziering Child Enrichment Center also sent us a thank you for supporting their Z-Tour bike ride this year.
Thank you, Rachel. I've got a few things under mayor report. First of all, today, actually, both these projects were completed today. There is a new Flags of Freedom plaque and 2 benches up at Soldiers and Sailors Park commemorating the Flags of Freedom. It is very, very well done. If you get an opportunity, go up there, take a look at it. It's very impressive. And also out in front of the Apollo Theater today, a Hollywood star and plaque was laid in the sidewalk commemorating former Princeton resident and Academy Award nominee Richard Widmark. So that has been placed up on Main Street in front of the Apollo Theater. Also very, very nicely done. We got Homestead Weekend coming up once again. Hard to believe it's coming around so quickly. Seems like we just had the last one. So we have a lot of events taking place this weekend. We also have a street concert event taking place on Main Street on Friday night. Vendors will start serving at 5. Music is from 6 to 9. It will feature a Eagles tribute band. So that should draw a lot of people, both events and obviously the parade. So come on out and enjoy yourselves. That's all I have. Do we have any old business? I had that. Yeah, thank you, Laura. We do have also on September 11th, that's a week from today, at 5:30 at Soldiers and Sailors Park, there will be a ceremony commemorating first responders on September 11th. That will be held at Soldiers and Sailors Park. Again, that will be begin at 5:30 in the afternoon at Soldiers and Sailors. So, thank you, Laura. Appreciate that. So, any old business? New business?
If I could, Mayor, just one moment. I had a resident approach me and ask me about window tinting, and I know the police department's got lots to worry about with all the different things that crime involves with the community, but Chief, if you could, do you see with the window tinting, I've noticed that vehicles are so dark you can't even see the occupant inside. Now, is that a threat to the officer? Because I thought at one time the state had ordinances for a darkness that you could be a level at for window tinting. Can you just address that just briefly? And do you see that as a problem with officers or not necessarily an issue?
I haven't heard about any complaints from the officers about it so far. I do recall several towns enacting ordinances regarding window tint. There's a meter that we have that you can measure the level of tint, and there is a prohibited amount by the state.
Well, I don't, I would just say for some feedback from the community, if they would just, they could let us know as council members. We want to. I don't think we want to chase things like. We got distracted driving, a lot of stuff going on, but man, I've seen some windows that are so dark since this was brought up. But I guess that would start with police officers feeling threatened by that, and if it's not a threat or an issue, then I don't think it's a point then to worry about. So, okay, very good. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Ray. Any other new business? Do we have any public comment? Can we entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting and reconvene at our next regular meeting?
Yep. I'll make a motion that we adjourn our regular meeting and then schedule our next council meeting for Monday, September 17th at 7 o'clock at City Hall.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Call roll.
Councilmember Mabry.
Aye.
Fabia.
Aye.
Newman.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned, and thank you all for coming.